My timer literally stopped. So when I was younger, my grandpa Ben used to show me a picture every morning, and it was a picture of his wife, and he used to say, "My wish is to be with my beloved wife again." It's been 15 years since she has passed, and he still says the same thing every single day. My grandpa Ben went under quadruple bypass for heart failure. He then was later diagnosed with type 2 diabetes, which then led him to having a stroke. After the stroke, his entire right side of his body was paralyzed. After this, they decided to go through with the amputation of his right limb for his leg. Now, he is in a nursing home in Arizona where he is prolonging his life and his death. And he told me over the phone, he said, "Every day I wake up and I stare at the wall and think, when will this end?" And this is where euthanasia comes to play. If my grandpa Ben could be euthanized, his life could end in a much happier way rather than living in pain and suffering. Now, for many of you wondering what euthanasia is, it is the painless killing of a patient suffering from an incurable disease or an irreversible coma. This is now only legal in the Netherlands, Belgium, Colombia, Canada, and Luxembourg. And my point today is that euthanasia should be legalized in all countries in order for every single patient to have access to the choice to die with dignity. Now, legalizing euthanasia in all countries is important because people have the right to die. People should have the choice in their hands. Their life should be in their hands, and they should have a choice on whether or not they should and how they should die. Not the physician's choice, not anyone else's choice, but their own. This is their life, they've lived their life. If they feel their conditions are so unbearable and it is their time to go with a lethal injection that'll give them a quick death, it is of their choice and their right. In an article, "Should There Be a Legal Right to Die?" they make a great point. They say, "For those that think it is immoral for any patient to be euthanized, should not have to partake in helping assist the death or help the death of another," quote unquote. But you also do not have to prevent if you're not assisting with what the patient's wants are and needs are. Now, why people say it is immoral is because they claim that the patient is not in the right state of mind to make a medical decision on their own. Now, this is where involuntary euthanasia comes to play, where there's an appointed caregiver for the patient to where they make the decisions for the patient if they are not in the right state of mind or physical being. Now, in the article, "Why Euthanasia is Immoral and Harmful," they make a point and say that suffering is a violation of their dignity, and by euthanizing them, it violates their dignity. So, and what we need to do is to show them comfort and ease in order to help them and remind them of their dignity. Now, it's only so much love and so much care we can show our patients or our loved ones until the pain is so unbearable and their disease is deteriorating until where they cannot handle it themselves. But we as people are not letting them make the choice of how they die with dignity. Now, Marcia Angel wrote in an article, May Doctors Help to Die?" She was one of the first medical practitioners to put on the Massachusetts Death with Dignity ballot in favor of it. She wrote an editorial favoring it because her father shot himself when he was diagnosed with prostate cancer. And this made her realize that when it comes to a physician's role, when the death is imminent, that they should focus on rather healing the patient and relieving their stress and relieving their pain and putting an end to it by euthanizing them. Now, one thing that is most important is to replace assisted suicide with euthanasia and to expand the Death with Dignity Act across countries. Now, for many of you that don't know what the Death with Dignity Act is, according to the article, "What is the Oregon Death with Dignity Act?" This allows patients to receive medications or prescriptions or lethal injections to help assist their death with the acceptance of the physician by their side. Now, People also forget the legwork that comes with just being able to apply for assisted suicide. You must be of the legal age of 18, you must be a resident of the state, you must be in the capable mindset and physical being of making that medical decision, and you must be within 6 months of your death. Now, this is just to be able to qualify for assisted suicide. In order to actually go through with the assisted suicide and be accepted, it's another 7 procedures that follow after that. And what is most unethical about this procedure is that many people die before they are even accepted for their assisted suicide death. Now, people also don't realize that it's not cheap. It's a huge expense, and people cannot just get up and move across the country to go to a state where it's legal. Many times, the procedure is more than the assets that the household has as a whole, normally around $40,000 to anywhere above, depending on what procedure and what condition you have. Now, the article, The Economic Argument of Euthanasia, says that a great point, that the medical resources that we are using for those who are dying that do not want to live could be used for those who want to keep their life and continue on living. Now, also this is a huge Pareto improvement because the government will be more involved in the American healthcare system. And instead of making Medicare and Medicaid budget cuts, we'll have more free healthcare pay dollars. So we'll have this money to assist the people who actually want to live rather than those who are living on with this unbearable condition. Now, another way is that we must circumvent the Constitution. So, according to the All-American Lives League, in order to do this, we must propose a new unalienable right, which is the right to die. So in order to do this, we must extend the Supreme Court decision of abortion of 1973 and extend that on to the rights of euthanasia, so the rights to die. And by doing this will allow people to add this right to the Constitution, and although it's not an easy process, it is worth doing in order for people to die with dignity. Now, statistics show the favorability of euthanasia. Now, according to the HRF, the Health Research Funding, more than 3/4 of the general public are in favor of euthanasia, and 54% of the medical practitioners support voluntary euthanasia, and the average percent of the terminally ill patients who would die in pain is 55%. Now, of course, if this is legal, there will be heavy regulation on how this is imposed. Now, the National Health Service of England points that practices used in the end-of-life care are all a type of euthanasia, but in name. So, for instance, let's talk about DNA CPR, which is do not attempt cardiopulmonary resuscitation. So when the patient stops breathing, or if their heart stops beating, the physician is not to pump their heart to continue their life. So this is a passive euthanasia due to the fact that they are denying treatment once they're stopped breathing and once their life is ended. Now, there are 3 ways in which we can take action. So you can sign a petition to legalize euthanasia at gopetition.com. You can donate to Deal with the Dignity Center of any amount from $25 to however much, even $1 will make a difference. And you can also tell your friends by sharing this photo on your social media to spread awareness, as well on dealwithdignity.org. And when we are born, we're all born with natural rights. But our right to die is not protected by the Constitution. The legalization of euthanasia should be put into action immediately so people do not have to suffer and patients do not have to suffer with unbearable conditions any longer. And there's no cure for these diseases, remember that. There's no cure for their conditions, and euthanasia can help be a cure if they do not want to live any longer in unbearable pain. And for the great amount of love that I have for my grandpa Ben, I would let him take his own life for his sake and his pain rather than my own.
What do you think?
It's a lot of info. I just think it's the most difficult part about it is making sure to cite the right. It's because it's you have to memorize exactly what you're citing, and so that's just a little bit difficult because you're trying to focus on what you're trying to say from from that citation. So I mean, I think I tried my best, and I think I did.
You did them all right, except you said the Doctor's Help to Die was some article.
What is it?
Doctor's Help to Die. I think you said was the name of the article,
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
but I don't know where it's from.
May doctors help you to die. So what
I don't know where is it. Where's it at though? Where do I find it?
So what it is, it's like it's on like a pros and cons website where this girl quoted what she had written in a book, but it's like
Okay, that's all you have to say is Procon website.
Okay, I didn't know how specific or like if there was like an embedment within the website from another person quoting something else from a book. It's like
Just so I can go and I can find it wherever. That's all the information I need. Is where would I go and find it? So that was the only slip, but it wasn't a big one because you had 8 sources. They were all cited properly. And, it looked like the dates on them were pretty recent, so that was really, really good too. Introduction's good. Conclusion's good. Body's good. I mean, great policy. Only difference I make on the policy is I just go to the website. One of the websites. Show us how to donate.
okay.
So just tell us, just go here and donate. Take us to the website and show us how to donate. But otherwise, you had really good policies, and they were multiple. So any of them, except the last one, would have worked by itself. But I think the first 2 would have worked by themselves fine. So really good. Delivery, you do have a right hand, don't you?
Yeah.
Let me see it. There it is. Okay, just wondering, because all I saw was this the whole time. I don't know where the right hand was. It was up there somewhere, I'm sure. Just kind of hiding.
Because I was trying not to move my feet this time like this.
You did good with that. Your posture was great. Yeah, I thought your posture was great. No problem there. So whatever you did with your right hand, okay. I don't know how that helps, but
And my timer also, like my screen went black midway. So I was like, oh my god.
9:22.
Okay.
You were perfect.
Wait, do you have the iPod?
We did, huh?
No, you don't have the iPod?
No, my 2-year-old took it last night watching Disney, and then I woke up this morning and tried to find it, and he had hit it somewhere. So I have no idea where it's at.
I was trying to.
Probably outside in a bush or something like that. I don't know. That's it. I mean, you're going down at the end of some points too. And that's about it for eye contact. But the rest of it, you had a really good scan of the audience, and now this is one of your better ones, and this is a big one. So good for you. I was very pleased with it, and you made some really good points.
It's hard to, I think the hardest part about the persuasive speech, because you treat such like controversial issues as what points you take,
Yep.
It's like
Sky, do you have a rubric?
Yeah, sorry.
Okay.
over with.
Okay, it's not yet till you give me those cards. Thank you.
Okay, let me put them in order.
Yeah, make sure you have them in order, because that really upsets me if they're out of order. I just want to see what they look like.
What?
These are mini billboards.
If you have a lot of our cards, like,
That's the most
and we
of-
don't look at them, can you still mark us off for having
Nope.
too much on our cards?
Nope.
That's fine, then I don't think mine is using mine.
Yeah,
she just
I
would
wrote
stop.
so much on them, and then
Quick question.
Yep.
I might have oversighted. I have citations of my pictures where I got them,
That's fine.
and I have citations of,
I'll be able to tell the difference.
no, it's much smaller, the picture ones. But when I introduce them, I need to introduce all of them, correct, in my speech? Because
What do you mean?
every
citations?
single citation I have,
Just when you're citing from it.
honestly, I'm only citing from maybe 3 or 4 of them, like specifically, but I have all of them in my speech. So should I introduce?
So you have to know when you're. Otherwise, it's just global plagiarism.
No, I have all my citations up.
Oh, good.
I have more than 8, I have 10 or 11.
Okay, good.
But
Refer to them.
I should refer to all
Yeah,
of them.
yeah. Just refer to them.
And how specific, because I have my authors down too.
Just the author's name's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because if it's up there, I can tell where it's from. That's easy. Well, Sky, what'd you do this weekend?
I was at home.
You were at home.
Yeah.
Okay, and was that good?
Yeah.
Okay, I can tell you're excited beyond belief about that. Any pets at home?
Yes, my dogs.
Your dogs. What are your dogs' names?
Loki and Plinko.
And what kind of dogs are they?
Loki's a German Shepherd Husky mix, and Blanco's a Black Lab.
Nice, so big dogs.
Oh yeah, I'm not a small dog person.
Okay, so big dogs and take them on walks, go for a run with them, anything?
Golden noodle.
Yeah.
Oh my god, those are
Oh
so
my
cute.
god, they're the cutest things.
I'm literally getting one.
And I
Okay,
have
stop
birds,
it, don't
I
get
have
us
fish.
off track. Okay,
I basically live in a zoo.
you,
I have birds, I have fish.
oh,
What's it called?
I had like a dinosaur lizard not too long ago, but he just passed away. Huh?
your dinosaur lizard passed away? Not to mention a dinosaur.
Yeah, I don't like
No, I.
Lived all the way from the age of the dinosaurs and now he passed away. Poor thing. I've been alive 40,000 years and finally kicked the keister. So, what'd you do with your dinosaur lizard when he passed away?
Yeah, but they got huge.
They well, you have to like, okay, it's really weird. You have to like put them in the freezer, so they don't like, it's a thing. So they don't decompose, and then there's like a mobile service that comes and picks them up.
A lizard?
You
Yeah.
don't put him in a shoebox and bury him in your backyard?
Like it's a, when I say it's a big lizard, it's like a really big lizard.
Okay,
Like
size.
Like it definitely wouldn't fit in a shoebox. Like it's probably like that wide and like.
What?
I'm serious. It's like a. It's not that big. Komodo dragon's the biggest lizard like on the planet. It's
okay.
definitely like the size of that table.
It was like the best.
Is it really?
Oh
The
yeah,
lizard is the
he hung
size
out
of
on my desk. He was a chiller.
It's
The
that
lizard
big?
is the size of this table.
No,
No, like a Komodo dragon is the size
That's
of that table.
disgusting.
Yeah, Komodo dragons are big. But this wasn't a Komodo dragon. This was like a baby
They're called
Komodo.
a tegan.
I touched
A
it.
Tegan. Tegu. So when it died, you stuck it in the freezer. Then they had a mobile lizard unit come out and pick it
Pretty
up.
much, yeah. What?
How big is your
Where's
freezer?
that
It's
thing?
got to be a great job.
It's not like a food freezer.
Just call Mobile Lizard. We'll come pick you up, your stiff lizard, anytime.
Wait, that's my email.
What a job.
Oh, it says you've been.
Oh, please stay with it. Let's see what she's got in there. Oh, shoot.
Sorry.
Probably on my tickets.
From
my
speeding
God.
on the way to shop.
It is.
No, for being too lazy to walk.
From Rome.
What?
I
I don't
don't
like parking at row, it's too long.
So I park on the side and then I end up with a ticket every morning around 10 a.m. or 11.
Or how?
Or p.m.
Do you just pay? Oh my gosh. I'm sorry.
Wow.
Do you just pay the ticket?
There's no spot, nothing. It's pretty
Dude,
sad this
Row
semester.
is literally no parking.
I just want to get back to the lizard. I'm just more fascinated with that.
Oh my gosh.
I